And we are live. Welcome everybody to another episode of You Know What? Let me just say podcast. I am your host, Ray. With me, as always, the undefeated champ, Floyd Dion Mayweather.
What's going on?
And also back from being worked like a dog, a slave, or however it is, the lovely return of Crystal.
Hola.
Oh man, how are you doing?
Glad to be back.
Oh man, it's good to see. Hopefully, like other people will join, but I'm glad to see y'all. Shoot. So, no, um, with that being said, let's get started with the fuck shit. Um, we're gonna start with the dude who cares. Do y'all care about the shit that's happening between Cardi B and Offset?
At this stage, no.
Hmm. Okay, that's fair. I do want to say this is because I don't know. I'm hearing this from the women that the men are in an uproar because, quote unquote, Cardi B was fucking somebody while she was pregnant with Offset's child. Now, I'm not a big advocate for cheating at all. Me, I always say black men don't cheat, but a woman can only take so much of a man cheating without she's going to get her get back. So I do. So if Offset is really mad about that, he has to kind of like take that on the chin because if you wasn't cheating with her in the first place, I'm pretty sure she wouldn't even be fucking with other niggas.
True.
Yeah.
I agree.
From where I stand, they both toxic.
Well,
To
that's
be,
why their relationship works because they're both toxic.
they're a match made in heaven because they're keeping each other busy. And as long as they keep each other busy, then other people ain't got to deal with them.
I
That's
mean,
just how I see it. They're not going to stop messing with each other. It is what it is. So, with all that toxicity, they can keep spewing it at each other until they mature, if that'll ever happen. Because I've seen 40 and 50-year-olds still doing the same dumbass shit. And I don't want to be in a situation where a person's 50 and he's still talking about, I need to get my get back. No, no, the fuck you don't. You know how much STDs is out there? And then y'all still fucking with it? No, that's not okay. But yeah, the only concern that I
just walk
have,
away.
I know, yeah. The only concern that I have with these two is that they're influencers, they're celebrities, and people like to follow. So, whatever issues that's going on in their relationship, I feel like the women and the men will use it, all the negative parts to their advantage. Like, it's funny how nobody is talking about Cardi and Offset when they are making money, when they're doing a damn thing. But when shit hits the fan, everybody wants to talk about the negativity and put it towards what benefits them, what's left of like the bones of that's not going to do anybody any good. It's not going to give you fat. It's not going to give you any energy. It's just bones. Bury it. But y'all don't want to bury it. Y'all want to dig that shit up and eat it like it's meat. All right, cool. We're not going to talk about their business plans. They're not going to talk about all their success and how they got there with all the fuckery. Let's talk about that. How long have they stood together with all the fuckery going around? Their mental health both on both ends are depleted. But we're not going to talk about that. The community is not going to talk about that. You know what they're going to talk about? What they're talking about now. They need therapy. I always say that shit. They need therapy. And I'm sure that's not going to be broadcasted because that's actually benefiting them.
Look, we all seen this type of relationships before, where like the person is toxic and or abusive, and then you try to go in and fix the situation, and you might even fight the nigga, and then come to find out that she, instead of like saving her from a toxic relationship, she ends up fighting you instead of fighting the toxic boyfriend, and they get back together. And you're sitting there like, why the fuck am I even bothering with this? That's how I look at this. That's how I look at this relationship, which is why I tell people I have no dog in the fight. Now, as far as the whole question of, because I did put this on Facebook, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have seen that. I said, is it worse when a man cheats or when a woman cheats? And I always say it's worse when a woman cheats because, and I was explaining this to my little sister. I said, since puberty, a lot of men has offered you dick, and you since puberty you have been told no. So you have built up a repertoire of telling niggas no. But you know that if you wanted to, you could get any man you want. A lot of men do not really get pussy like that. And even the ones that can get still has to work for it. So when a man, you don't see men turning down pussy like that because sometimes they feel like they're not going to get some again. Most people don't know this, but most men are still virgins above the age of 25. Uh, hey Dion, you remember the dude Holmes from our school at AI?
Yeah.
He was like in his mid 30s and still a virgin.
Mm.
And
Like
I
at
don't
the
think,
time, at the time we were there.
yeah, at the time he was there.
Damn, I didn't ever guess that. I never asked the homie how old he was.
He told me, so that's the only reason I know.
I mean, let alone ask him about his sex life. I know he always came through when niggas was playing video games. So yeah.
I've never asked him about sex life, but I just for some reason I know that he was a virgin. He just for some reason he just told me some shit like that. But
I don't know. I don't know. Nerds been getting played for a while, dog. Nerds been getting big plays for a while.
no, not Ernest, not Ernest. He's just a whore. I said
I
home.
said no. I said nerds have been getting played for a while, so you never know.
Oh, he is not. He is not the nerd that's getting deported. You know that. I'm not even trying to be mean. The man was.
don't underestimate
He
nobody.
is. That man was 5 foot, even a ginger, and had yellow teeth. He is. What plays again?
Man,
Again, I'm not even.
don't underestimate nobody. Charisma goes a long way. Don't underestimate
I'm.
nobody.
Okay. Okay, I'm not trying to
I,
be
I've
mean.
seen I've seen some oddball couples, dog. Don't underestimate nobody.
I'm underestimating. I'm sorry, I'm underestimating. But again, he told me that he was a virgin, so this is why like.
Okay.
But any last words before we move on to our next topic?
Yeah. If there's any advice that I would give Cardi, and she already probably know this information, I would shut down all social media for a good fucking month, get her money up, sell the house, get all the assets that's hers, um, make sure she puts all her savings if she hasn't already into like a not a trust fund, but something that can grow on interest. I think those are called saving something with the interest growing. I forgot the name. Don't kill me. Um, and just let it go and heal because it's not going to get any better. And you know, she's also taking care of the kids that he's had outside of the marriage on top of the ones he brought inside of the marriage. So I would say for her to just look after her own until she can heal fully because that's a lot. That is a lot to deal with. So yeah, yeah, that's the only way. That's the only way.
The only thing I'm going to add is just to play off of what Crystal just said. When someone is doing that type of shit for you, and you play around on them, You stupid.
Yeah, because he was bold enough to even say that's why I effed your sister. Like, how nasty do you have to fucking, how low down do you have to be? I'm hoping it was like a glitch or something, or someone stole his account or something to that. But let's think about that for a minute. What kind of man would go
I,
out of their way to brag about
I,
sleeping with a family member?
I was about to say, even if he actually did the shit, he ain't bold enough to brag about it on social media. That's just dumb.
You think that's for
Ain't
bragging?
no, that had to be fake.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping that was, but mm, I don't know. I don't know. Mm-mm.
I'm gonna say this, and this is to the fellas. If you know you can't handle your girl cheating, don't cheat. Don't cheat. You just like, it's the same thing I told. I remember my girl asked about a threesome, and I was like, and I remember I told her no. You like, you ever thought about getting a threesome? And I said, no, not with you. And she was like, why? And I said, because if I'm able to ask for a threesome, you and like me, you and another woman, I said, what's stopping you from asking for a threesome with you and two guys?
Mhm.
And I said, and this is why I don't ask because it's just like because I know I'm not gonna fucking say yes to you, me, and another dude. I said, but I know it's unfair. But I know it's unfair for me to ask you to bring another woman into the joint. Uh,
Mhm.
Now, I did say this: if you ask to bring another woman into the bedroom, I'm going to say yes.
Mhm.
I said, but if you say a dude, I'm say no, and then if you say why, you say you brought a dude in. I said no, you brought the woman in. I just agreed. That's it. But
No,
yeah, that's how you feel about
men
it.
men don't understand how lucky they are when a woman is doing what Cardi's doing. She's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The men need to watch out for the ones that are silent, the ones that act like everything's okay.
Mm.
Because I'm that type. I'll act like everything is cool. We're back besties, and the next thing you know, you come in the house and it's empty, including your bank account. I move silent. I
I'm,
only repeat myself so many times until I shut the fuck down. And then you're trying to figure out why Peter's at a new house after you done found me after 6 years. Like, I don't fuck around. So it's
and
important that people realize that if there's a girl online going back and forth, she's gonna give Offset another chance. I
and
feel
that,
that.
ladies and gentlemen, is why I don't cheat. Why I
Yeah.
don't cheat. Know your woman. That's another one. Know your woman.
Yep.
Um,
Once you let her talk about her feelings, then you'll know her. If you keep shutting her down, you won't know, and then you'll find out why you're coming home to an empty ass house. Just an FYI.
looking like Will Smith in the last episode of Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Next topic. The next topic I want to get to, and it's kind of pertaining to like what we talked about last week with the whole Diddy and the baby oil thing, and it seems like
Mm.
it seemed like everybody's coming after Jay Z. So I wanted to me, I always found it weird. It was just like it seemed like everybody wants to see Jay Z at this downfall for some reason. For someone that's kind of like been quiet this whole time. So
Oh, I can answer that.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because I was about to ask, why do you think everybody wants to is just coming after Jay Z for some reason?
Okay. So, keep this, right? It's three things. First of all, remember what I said last week about how everybody who's ever worked closely with Diddy in any way, shape, or form is now going to be under scrutiny?
Mm-hmm.
That's one part of it. Second, For a long, long, long time, people have suspected that Jay-Z played a role in what happened to Aaliyah. And I don't mean just the plane crash. I mean the shit that she went through before she started dating. All everything with R. Kelly, the whole nine. So people are wondering how deep does his rap sheet go once people start looking into him. And the third reason he's under suspicion, and this one to me is one of the most important. Remember what's his face that confessed to killing Pac and was saying Puff paid him?
What's his name? OG knockout, something like that.
So remind me again who just suddenly shot up the prominence in the wake of Biggie Smalls' death.
Jay-Z.
Hmm. Did he kill Puff? Jay is suddenly the hottest thing in rap. What deals were made?
The Illuminati deals. Jay-Z been Illuminati since 19 allegedly. But Jay-Z been Illuminati since what, 98, 97, 98.
I never put much stock in that. And the reason why, who actually knows 100% who or what the Illuminati is?
Good question.
And for them to be this top secret society or whatever that's supposed to be pulling strings and controlling events of the world from behind the scenes and all of that, people seem to know so much about these niggas. And yet we have yet to see a definitive anything pertaining to who they are, who their leaders might be, whatever. You know, no footage from no meeting, no gathering, unless the freak offs of what people are talking about. Because there have been people trying to say that that's some form of ritual as well. I'm not gonna go into that. I'm not gonna delve into the details of that. My point is stop. Until someone pulls something concrete and definitive about what this organization is, what they do, who runs it, who's a member, blah blah blah, until something comes out to where we know the definitive stop. Because it's to the point where a lot of these people's theories, some of them are found and some of them make absolutely no sense.
Um, to be truly honest, the only reason why I think they're attacking Jay is because of the power that he holds in businesses. Now, if they bring him down, who's going to get the stocks? Who's going to get his place? He's going to be too busy trying to watch his back than watch his money. And that's what they want. I mean, let's face it. You think these two men, Diddy and Jay, came into the game knowing what the fuck to do? Someone had to teach them. So let's not play stupido in that area. Someone taught them how to get the money, not just, you know,
Oh,
little
oh,
money, but how to
that
keep it.
reminds me of something.
Hmm.
So apparently, Suge Knight had something to say about Diddy and his little situation, saying that Diddy is mimicking things that were done to him.
Bingo. And it starts with the letter T as in Tommy. But okay. Um, at the end of the day, let's not. I don't like to play the devil's advocate in this situation. I don't. But let's face it, he's a black man that owns a lot of stock in a lot of businesses and many different things. The main reason they would even try to pull him into this, which I'm sure he's a part of it, but when you look at the casinos on the fucking strip, do we really look at how the casinos came about, or do we go there and enjoy and everything swept under the rug when it comes to cleaning money and so on and so forth? Do we really delve into how many human trafficking would add up on the strip alone of Vegas? So why are we looking so diligently? Because I've noticed something. And yes, this is a culture thing in my opinion. We're quick to to disintegrate our own, but when it comes to other cultures and they've done way worse, genocide and all that shit, it's swept under the rug. No FBI, no CIA, no media coverage. And they own 70%. Some cultures, I'm not going to say any names, but let's just say that they own media and shit like that, own 70% of the shit, but they can't figure out simple things as human trafficking and who are the people stealing organs and why do we have about 70,000 black women and black girls missing. So yeah, let's look into Jay because that's more important than what's really going on.
So I like that. I like both your answers. So this was my answer. Y'all ever heard the whole saying with the higher you get, you can't take everybody with you. You've heard that saying, right?
Mhm.
So, so everybody here is going into business with like Dame Dash and that, most of the people with Rockefeller and most of the people he kind of like started with. It's like he's not really in the business with them no more. He try to start his own business and like with Dame felt like Jay done did him dirty, especially since how the weight started. There's another dude he talk about Jay Z a lot that you like. Talk no joke. Like I hear him talk about Jay Z a lot. That he talks shit about Jay Z a lot. Also, Jaguar Wright, crazy ass. Even though like she's called a lot of shit in what's been happening, she's also like she has a vendetta for Jay Z. I don't know. She has like a hate boner for that boy Jay Z. So it's like more than Diddy, and Diddy has been in the free calls, and like anytime you hear her talk about it, but um, Jay Z has done business with people, and then it's just like the business. I feel like that he's done with a lot of those people. It seems like it always ends sour, where Jay Z is coming up top, and like they had to suffer some way. So that's the one thing I've been noticing. Like every interview when they mention Jay Z, that it seems like either Jay Z's an asshole or like he's not as loyal to the people. But in my opinion, I just think like Jay Z is looking at the number one himself because that business savvy shit is very cutthroat. So um, I don't do I agree with some of the business deals that Jay Z did. It depends, but I guess like I said, you can't. When you get bigger, you sadly you can't take everybody with you as much as you want to take everybody with you. Somebody is just like going to slow you down, and if you're really trying to get what you need to get to, sometimes you got to cut people off, and that's kind of like how I look at it. Which I think.
I agree
I'm gonna add to
because
that, and wait, go ahead, Crystal. I'll go last.
okay, no, I agree because even though Kanye was speaking truth, he was also lying down with his own op. So you can't be in a situation where You're talking about everybody, including your baby mama, but you still laid down and had kids with the same person. So, how enlightened are you? You get what I'm saying?
That man want to do porn.
I
It's like,
know. That's the conclusion I came to. So Jay made the right moves. He made the right moves for himself and his family. And as
And
fucked up as it may sound, he knows the rules of Brooklyn. So you better, look out for numero uno.
I'm gonna say two things then. First of all, we're not gonna act like Jay Z hasn't actively helped a lot of different people
oh yeah, yeah.
who paid off Lil Wayne's tax debts.
Hove did.
Yeah, but they're not gonna put that in media. Who controls media again? Let me shut up.
Shoot, and that's just one. It's certain folks who complain. I had a conversation with a coworker of mine about how shit went between Jay Z and Beanie Siegel. Bit of a touchy subject depending on who you are. But my thing is this: everyone, for as talented as Beanie Siegel was as a rapper, it's well known he's a hothead.
Oh yeah.
It's well known he was in and out of trouble. You can't do but so much for somebody who
You
keeps getting themselves into some shit.
you mean the one that was on trial?
Benny Siegel was on trial. You know Benny Siegel is, right?
I probably would if I saw his face. I'm really bad with names.
Uh, what song?
Is
I
that the
can
one where
feel
he did
it
an
in the
interview
air. You know that
and
song,
he?
right? I can feel it in the air.
Yeah, yeah.
That was him.
That's
Or
him.
Okay.
you see that state property movie? That, uh,
Yep.
and the main character, the main dude, in that, yeah, that's Benny Siegel.
Yeah, Beans. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I agree with you, Dion. It's one of my favorite rappers, but yeah, that nigga is a hothead. Yeah.
And the other thing I was going to say related to what you were saying, right? Um, and this is a quote from Jay Z himself. Coincidentally, you don't know who your real friends are till y'all both got some money. If y'all both broke, it's no strain on the relationship. You're both broke. If you got money and he ain't got no paper, he still needs you. So you don't know how he really feel about you. When y'all both got some bread, you'll see.
And also, I don't know. I find this funny, but y'all ever seen this photo of when Michael Jackson was around Rockefeller and uh, everybody was acting a fool except Jay Z, and Jay Z had this look like I can't wait to get rid of these niggas.
He probably was just tired of the asses.
Yeah,
He was,
Because at
you
that
know,
point,
when you outgrow.
it's like this is Michael Jackson. This is the king of pop. Have some fucking home training.
No, no, no. I don't think it was just the King of Pop there. Wasn't it a whole bunch of other people?
it might have been just a bunch of other people.
So
Uh,
maybe he was just, in my opinion, the way that Jay Z moves sometimes. He was embarrassed. Maybe something happened that we can't see. That he was embarrassed. That he's like, I'm hanging out with them, and they're doing this in front of the King of Pop, and he's an opportunist. So, think about it. If you have a whole bunch of classmates and somebody important comes and they're willing to give you $1 million for a business deal, but everybody around you is asking dumbass questions instead of the questions that's going to get you the money, you would be pissed off too. And I feel like that's what took place. Because
yeah.
think about how he went off on, what's her name? The lip gloss girl. I'm so bad. Little Mama.
Little
Little
Mama.
mama, yeah. Oh
Okay,
god.
think about how she's from Brooklyn. I mean, sorry, Harlem. and he was pissed off at the fact that she just jumped on stage. And the first thing he said was, he didn't say it. I think Alicia uh, made
Alicia
some,
Keys.
yes, she made some notation saying we work hard to, perform. We had a certain look, we had a certain way that we wanted to represent New York, and you came up on stage just doing your own thing. And Jay-Z was pissed. Think about that for a minute. So if he's
Oh
pissed
yeah,
at one person being on fucking stage, what do you think a whole bunch of people that he probably seems to see as hooligans and messing up opportunities or money making skills for him, he's not going to be happy. He's going to be embarrassed. Hell, he was even embarrassed when somebody was protecting his wife. He wanted to be the one to do it at the right time. If he can't control the situation and money's involved and the way he's represented, he is going to go off, but in the most vicious way. He's a silent person. Silent people. They're very dangerous, in my opinion, when you cross that line or a boundary that you'd even know was there.
And that makes me think. As quiet as, even with people making memes saying he's next and everything, as quiet as Jay-Z's been, what if he's waiting for something specific to happen before he does or says XYZ?
you wouldn't be far off. Yeah, are y'all looking at your screen? Because I was pulling this up as y'all was
Yeah, we
talking.
see it.
All right, this was when he brought Michael Jackson out for Summer Jam, right? And the people go crazy. And then like watch this, and then the next video you'll see, because I think this proves Crystal's point. Michael Jackson, make some noise,
Tell me about Summer Jam 2001. Crazy. It's live. We the champions. You heard Michael Jackson. We live. The king of pop. Holla. Turned out crazy. Big event. 20,000.
Yeah, Jay look exhausted right here.
Ways. You heard? Holla. Beanie. Well, do much. Summer Jam 2001, man. How was it for you, man?
That's Beanie Siegel, by the way.
Yeah. That's Beanie right there.
That's Beanie right there.
Well, do much. We right here. Big celebration as always, man.
Did they just pull that jar of weed off somebody? Oh my God.
Say it again.
I'm sorry. I'm over here watching To Catch a Smuggler.
Oh.
We out here, Jigga Man, Brooklyn. Oh yeah, Zab. Okay, right here.
All day. It's just the beginning. It's about to be crazy.
He's still
Freeway.
Yeah, it was Freeway. But you see his face, right? He's just looking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jay look exhausted.
Yeah. Like think about what they're saying. Michael Jackson, Brooklyn. Like they're not
He ready.
saying anything of substance.
He ain't trying to do
And
no interview.
yeah.
Right. His ears is probably ringing from the music. He trying to get out that stadium. My man look exhausted.
He look annoyed. That's the Brooklyn look of I'm a go to fuck off. I've gave y'all enough warning. That's the look. Something happened that we don't fucking see, but something happened. Now, as much as they're there gathered, what did y'all get anything from what they were shouting? Like, do you know who they are? Like, say if you didn't know who they were, and we're watching this now, and we're like, Gen Zs, would you know who they are? Like, is it anything of substance that came out of their motherfucking mouth that you would say, "Ooh, they're memorable"?
Oh no! Even then, I'm pretty sure there's people who's like, "Who the fuck are these people?"
Mm-hmm.
And like, I know, like, obviously, I see what you mean. So I'm keep proving your point. But yeah, and then you just look at Hove, and Hove is just standing.
He looks out of
He's
it.
looking at all of them like all of y'all motherfuckers. We had an opportunity to make some deals, business deals, and Jay was here, and y'all done fucked it up. Okay.
It- I remember the first time I saw this, I was dying on the. I was dying because I was like, his face just says it all. He's just, I'm done with these niggas. That's as soon as it's like as soon as I get the chance, I'm getting ready. I'm going so. And look at him now. So this is honestly, I look at this. And this is like I see why people don't like Jay Z because with the exception of Mint Bleak, because Mint Bleak is always loyal to Jay Z. Um, everybody there that he's with, he's not with them no more, and everybody has done said some shit about Jay Z, with the exception of Memphis Bleak, because Memphis Bleak is like Tony Yayo with 50. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
I
Um,
mean,
go ahead, Dion.
kind of owes his life to the guy.
Oh, yes. And
So
even Bleak could tell you. Bleak could tell you. Any last words before we move on to our next topic?
I will say this: when you have to get even to where Jay Z is right now, you got to remember who mentally had to think that they are successful to even make the first step. So after the first step is made, and that's all you, everybody else that's helped you get where you are, you still have to check in mentally. So, as much people that, they would say, oh, Jay owes me, blah, blah, blah. I would say this: if you're not going to do it out of the goodness of your heart, and we know how the game is, that music industry, nothing is done from the goodness of a person's heart is due to gain something. It's an investment. Okay. And now you want to take advantage of that investment. Trust and believe where Jay is at is all Jay. And people could feel however they want to feel about it, but think about it. If you knew you had to get out the slums of Brooklyn and even double cross somebody who's a drug lord and your family to this day is still in jeopardy of losing their life, and then somebody came over and gave you some funny deals or tried to help you, and they keep talking about it, they just can't let you be successful, and then they want to hate on you and defame you, you would feel some sort of way too, because we don't know the story. I'm just assuming, but judging how the music industry is, I feel in my heart nobody does anything out of the goodness of their heart. They see an investment and they want to take advantage of it. That's just how I see it. But nobody thinks about the mental strength that you even have to take the first step to get where you are today.
That was beautiful. I missed it. I missed that. You. Okay. Let's go into the next topic. And um, I didn't put it on the list, but I know Dion reminded me. So I'm gonna go to Dion. Dion, how much you know about the Gettysburg joint that happened?
give me a moment to reopen the news article that I sent you. I gotta backtrack into the chat a little bit.
I'm gonna backtrack as well. Just so they could man this in because I knew I was gonna forget a little bit and
Uh, right here. So, student has left Gettysburg College after a racial slur was etched onto his chest. So, someone at this college thought it'd be a good idea to hold this man down, take a box cutter, and carve the N word into someone's chest. These are supposed to be his fellow students, his colleagues on the swim team, people he's supposed to be able to, be comfortable around, be able to goddamn trust. And this happens. What's worse is other than this one little statement by the president, gentleman by the name of Bob Luliano. I hope I pronounced that right. His statement says, and I quote, "No matter the relationship and no matter the motivation, there is no place on this campus for words or actions that demean, degrade, or marginalize based on one's identity and history." That's all well and good, but what's become of the jerks that did this to this man? That's the main thing I want to know.
How old was he?
Let me see. Did they mention the victim's name?
That's
The article I'm reading doesn't mention the student's name. That doesn't mention the victim's name.
that's some next level hatred right there. That you carved the N word in his chest. That's some next level hatred shit. That's some.
The part that I'm sorry, the part that pisses me off is that to this point we have heard of no form of punishment for the people who did this. They, I know this school knows who they are.
So these are his friends, or are these? I know you have read the article. I just want some parts that.
Supposedly, these guys were on the swim team at this school.
Okay. And they got that close to him because he was on the swim team with them to be able to carve the N on his chest.
Hmm. Again, people he's supposed to be able to be comfortable around and trust.
That is that is next level hatred. That is. Oof.
Well, if that was.
And
Mhm.
this is aggravating because it's like, again, I'm still stuck on the fact that we have yet to hear anything about some form of repercussions for these cats, because this feels like this should be a case of attempted murder.
Do you know how sometimes, unfortunately, people especially in the type of culture and ethnicities that we have in our culture, um, things need to happen in order for change to happen. I don't like the fact that I don't know if he's a boy or a man, but he's a bit of a martyr for some kind of change to happen in the community, because how come children have you ever heard of any shit like that happening in places that are highly diverse, like New York City, Maryland, things of that nature? Like, have you ever heard someone being able to hold down one black boy and etching the letter N in his chest? If anybody saw that, even if they were white in New York City, as far as the schools I fucking went to, they would fucking stop it. If it's not the Puerto Ricans, it would be the whites. If it wasn't the whites, it would be the people from the Middle East. It's never a time that I've seen such racial hatred to go so far that something was etched into someone's fucking skin. And I am glad that I am raising my children right now, as much as media tries to portray like it's not diverse. I'm still raising my children in a diverse area because this would never happen in a diverse area. Because what did you say with state again?
This is Gettysburg College in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Interesting.
It does make sense.
Let's see what Gettysburg population is. 1 second.
Primarily white folk.
Why did it take me to? Okay, good. All right.
I can tell you right now, it's primarily white folk.
I am seeing.
That looks gross.
Let's see, race. Okay, so non-Hispanic, 73% is white. Hispanic is 7.29%. Black is 4.13%. Interesting. So yeah, a majority of them are Caucasian. Again, when you are in a diverse area, none of this stuff would go down. None of this, like, it will go down with cops and, like, should I even mention his name? But, the person that started the I can't breathe situation. This would, like, I think that we need more diversity in schools because then, children won't feel so comfortable holding down someone that's different from their complexion and etching anything into their skin because they lack a sense of power and open-mindedness. This is a problem. That school should be tore down. And trust me, if I was the president, trust and believe, if I heard that one fucking story, I would take all the immigrants and dump them there. How about that? They would hate me. I don't give a fuck. That place needs to be diversified because there's no fucking way.
Any last words before we move on to our next topic?
I don't think so.
All right. Shoot. All right. I'm gonna pull up on. Shoot, there. Hitting wrong buttons. Yeah. Look, I'm gonna just leave it at this. I don't want it to happen, but this is one of those moments where one of these days, black people just start wilding on white people for no reason, and then y'all really, really just gonna see why like black people be telling y'all to leave us alone. Just once. It's gonna be one of those days where a black person is just gonna wild out on a bunch of. I'm not asking for it. I'm not calling for it. And all that other stuff. I'm not advocating for it. But one of these days, just black people just gonna wild out on white people, and then y'all gonna be like, "Oh my God, what did we do?" And it's just like, you know what you did. Just like, I don't know. I think it's gonna happen.
This is Marcellus Williams, a man who's set to be executed.
Okay. This next one is we going. Y'all have heard about the joke with Marcellus Williams, right?
Unfortunately, no. I've been so busy.
Uh,
Okay,
um.
this is another one I gave you.
Oh no, I got the video up. If I was wondering if y'all could see this. So
Yeah. Well,
okay,
I got it.
okay, making sure. All right. So for those that don't know, this is a quick little synopsis about the whole Marcellus Williams things.
This is Marcellus Williams, a man who's set to be executed in 4 days. Now, I have a problem. One of my followers just sent me this information, so I did hours of research, and I witnessed something that I've never seen before. The prosecutors, the people who put people in jail, came out and said, hey, he might not have done it. Can we just give him life in prison instead? They were denied. The family of the victim, he supposedly came out and said, hey, don't do it. And they were ignored. But why? Well, the answer is no one knows. But the story gets a little crazier than that. See, this isn't the first time he was supposed to be executed. Back in 2015, in the last minute, the governor of Missouri, this was in Missouri, by the way, comes out and says, stop. They found new evidence. He really might not have done it. So the governor makes a special council of judges to do an investigation. They said, okay, well, he might not have done it. We're making you a report, governor. The governor says, great. But the governor resigns. A new governor comes in and he says, I don't want to see the report. You guys are all done. And he's going to be executed. So they went to the Supreme Court of Missouri. And the Supreme Court of Missouri said, let's just go through with it anyway. So the prosecutors came out and they did their own investigation and they said, wow, he really might not have done it. The trial was a mess. And I'm going to be frank here, racist. 11 white jurors and 1 black juror were selected in Missouri. A black jury was rejected because his hair was kind of messy and unkempt. He didn't look trustworthy. And most importantly, the DNA on the weapon did not match his. So the prosecutors go over to his team. They said, let's talk it out. What if we just give him a plea deal, life in prison, which would give everyone time to come together and figure everything out? But in what is being called a bizarre twist, a judge rejects it. He just says, no, we're going to go through with it anyway. Now, all people are asking for is time. They're not asking he walks out. They're just asking for time. And it would be one thing if his team was asking for this to be stopped, but if prosecutors, if representatives, if people, if the victims' families are asking for a little more time, then I think it warrants that. Now, 4 days is not a long time, so where do we go from here? Well, as many people as possible needs to be aware of this, because bringing attention on an issue does a lot more than people may think. Governors, prosecutors, Supreme Court, they all work for you. So again, in 4 days, the fate of a man is decided. So really, I just thought you should know, especially the people of Missouri, what some of your employees have decided to do to Marcellus Williams.
Okay, so I come to the panel. What are your thoughts?
First of all, Mr. Williams is no longer with us.
Right.
For those who don't already know, they did go through with the execution. Second, this is prime example of why so many people are screaming and crying for change when it comes to law enforcement, screaming and crying for change when it comes to the judicial system. I don't know where to begin to talk about what went wrong here. They found apparently more than enough evidence to clear this man of a crime he did not commit. And because he did not have the complexion for the fucking protection, now we're here. An innocent man basically murdered. Because of a lazy, racist ass judge and community. And that's that.
Krista, do you want to go?
Yeah. It's very unfortunate what happened to the guy. But again, you know what I'm going to say. Why are we not taking over this type of field? Like, we should have more lawyers, more people in areas that they know the fuckery happens. It should never be a situation where they're like, come, judge, look at this. It's a let's go to the Supreme Court and get this motherfucker out of office. Let's market as if we're selling gold to get this guy off the chair. I think we could have done more. And I was not even fucking aware of it. You know, when it comes to things like celebrity news, we hear about it. I could be working and I fucking hear about it. How come we don't hear about this?
The same reason
Someone
you
sent,
didn't hear about where was that prison that was just basically burying folks in the woods behind the fucking prison?
what the
Where was
hell?
that at again? Remember that story, Ray?
That was in Alabama, wasn't it?
Which ain't Alabama and Missouri right goddamn next to each other?
No, Missouri's more in the Midwest, but I mean we can look at it on the map, but Missouri's more Midwest and Alabama's more southern. They're they're both like places where, let's just say, if you're a person of color, I wouldn't advise you to go to some of these places. Let's just say that.
Shoot.
Hold on, let me look at the damn. Let's look at the map. Yeah, yeah. This is down south, and Missouri's in the Midwest. They're not even next to each other.
Eh.
But that's
Anyway,
usually um. Okay, so let me ask y'all this because there's one of my friends. Well, he made this Facebook post about talking about the Marcellus Williams thing. He was like, "This is why, like, people get mad when they say voting doesn't work." Or it's like, he was basically saying like, if black people voted, this man would have been free, and or basically like, most people vote. Why
no.
voted
If
for black
anything,
people?
with as quickly as this story spread through social media, and people were trying to make it a point to broadcast this, you're kind of proving people's point about how voting it don't necessarily mean shit. Because even with all the outcry across social media as this story spread, and this got around pretty fucking fast, and sadly, again, the execution still went through.
This is my sole opinion. They was going to the way that new because the way he told the story, that new governor, he was going to get his hanging or he was going to get his lynching. He didn't care about none of that. He was like, oh, that man's guilty. Just put him in the box. He was going to go through it whether he was innocent or not. So I don't have to think that has nothing to do with voting. I think it's the system and the racist people that is in the system, because there's a lot of things where it's like that where black people are innocent, and we've heard countless of stories of black men being innocent or didn't have nothing to do with the crime, but they're ending up doing life in prison, or uh, spending long times in prison for something that they never did. So it's one of those sad stories, and a lot of people is just like, well, we vote. I think my whole thing is we need to put people in there that can help change the system from the inside. I've always believed in that. It's not that the voting thing. It's more or less like putting people in position to change it. So if we because even with like the voting, I feel like there's people like the racist governor. You're gonna have those, and if he has the final say, he has the final say. And then it's just like there's nothing you can do about it. No amount of votes can do that. So which is why now, as far as the presidential election, I've always said I'm holding my vote because a lot of these presidential candidates, I'm not feeling what they're delivering to us, nor doesn't look like they have a plan. So it's like, why am I voting for someone that I'm not liking or I'm not? All right, say what you was going to say, Dion.
Basically, it's like I said before, I don't see either or as a suitable candidate to be president.
I just want us to have a new system. That's the main thing I ask for. It's like it's obviously the system is flawed, and it needs some changing. Like it needs a new system where like me as a black man, I don't have to worry about like going in jail for a crime I didn't commit, especially when there's evidence saying that I may have not done the crime, and yet you're still trying to hang me. You're still trying to execute me. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. So that's why I'm looking at like I know like yeah like I won't tell people not to vote, but it's like the way like I said the way that judge or that governor was running business, he was going to get his execution, whether by hook or by crook. So that's one. Um, any last words before we get on to our final topic? Okay. I okay. Obviously, I don't want to leave on a sad note, but this video has also been going viral. So it's from the popular balloon of Find Love, and I guess they're in their third season now. But
Oh my God, I hate these.
you know it's I, they like I told a lot of people. It exposes what a lot of people why dating is full of pee. Why the dating pool is
Yeah,
full of pee.
why couldn't this one, if it's about one of these stupid pop the balloon shows, this one should have been a Do You Care.
Say it again, Dion.
This one should have been a Do You Care.
Yeah, yeah, but just rock with it for a moment. Just
All right, let's go ahead and bring out our next single guy. Hello, welcome in. Come on a little closer. Come on in. Don't be scared. What's your name?
My name
It
is.
sounded like a shootout.
say it again, Dion.
I said that sounded like a shootout.
I know.
Yeah.
But
He ain't even
but
do nothing. That shirt a little small for him though.
I personally don't think there's nothing wrong with the brother. Nothing wrong with the brother. It was like no homo, but I don't think there's nothing wrong with the
No,
brother. But they popped
except
on
that
him real
shirt.
quick.
That shirt is too damn small for him.
Oh, you know them how them muscle niggas they like to tight ass shirts. But let's hear him out.
Tavarius, how old are you?
I'm 29.
And what do you do?
I actually am on tour for PBS Children's Story.
Oh, like you write children's books
Yeah,
or
I have an animation company that I started when I was 21 years old, and
nice.
then it's basically about my childhood and teaching young black boys that black dads do care.
Wow, I love
Yeah.
that. Oh, okay. Now, what are some things you like to do for fun?
So I have a Airbnb that's kind of like in the lake. So I'm a nature boy. So I love to climb trees in my time off. I love to draw. And I honestly just like peace. So I do a lot of peace and help for people who like need emotional regulation.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Now, what are some things you look for in a woman?
I kind of take everybody for who they are.
Okay.
So if you are naturally more outgoing, I try to match that. If you're inside, I try to match that. So I'm kind of like I like to make my woman happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what are some deal breakers?
Deal breakers is if you don't have any passion, like if you don't know what you want to do in life, I kind of can't help you with that. You got to love yourself and figure that out for yourself.
Okay. All right. So we could get some pop.
And then the last one popped. So, like, obviously, it's like the brother got some good traits. He got a good job. He got a good. It's like he seems like he got a head on his shoulders and a bright future. And then
These
all of
things
them.
are just so stupid and pointless. And then no one is going to give a valid reason for why they rejected him. These women are only there to promote their fucking OnlyFans and Instagram pages. They're just gonna get in there and say something stupid about the guy. Come on! This really could have been a Do You Care? We could have skipped this.
I don't know, Dion. I mean, I understand because I see what you mean, but at the same time, you got a woman. You you got so you this don't even have to this don't even
Even if I was single, I'd be saying this is stupid.
but at the same time, there's a lot of people who's just like, yo, why is the dating pool is what it is right now? So like you may be right. Let's get to the women.
Pop balloons that are popping your balloon.
Yes. Hi, I'm Ishi. I'm 28.
Nice to meet you.
Firstly, I want to say that you're a very well-rounded young man. Like everything that you have going on, A1. It was the attraction for me, and then also the height. I'm pretty tall, so I want somebody that I can look up to.
Cool.
They're the same height.
Bitch, you're wearing heels. See, this is what I'm talking about. You're wearing
No,
heels.
correction. She's looking for somebody that when her ass get beat, she can be like, oh, that's what he looks like. Okay. She wants him to be over her while she's getting her ass beat.
A bit extreme, but okay.
No, that's exactly what the fuck it is because bitch, he just said he owns an Airbnb. He just said that he makes books for black little boys that are insecure in some way, shape, or form. That
But
this
they all
book will
popped their
encourage
balloons before
him.
he ever got to that part, though.
Yeah, but she's still
Oh,
talking foolishness. I thought she was going to say something of substance, but judging from the
they
wig
don't.
and the
Again, these chicks are
dress,
just there to promote
Let her finish. Let her
their
finish,
social
Dion.
media.
Let her finish, Dion. Let her finish.
judging from the wig, the dress, and the black knees, I could tell she can barely clean herself, more or less have a clean mind. The fuck?
By how black the knees is, she know how to clean something. But anyway,
I'll behave.
Okay.
I won't.
Now, she's someone that's
I think she's very gorgeous.
Thank you.
I am 6'2", so I don't know how tall you are.
6'2". He is 6'2", ladies and gentlemen. And
I
she
just
said,
said she's wearing heels.
but no, because there's been a couple of times on this show where dudes is just like they're out of 6 foot or taller, and the girls be like, "You're too short." And one of them, it went viral. She was like, "Yeah, you're too short," and he goes, "I'm 6 foot."
Right, I saw that one. Dude towered
Yeah,
clean over her. He had pretty much like a foot and a half over her.
yeah. He said, and she said, and they asked the girl, "How tall are you?" She said, "I'm 5 foot," but in but in these heels, I might be giving. I said, you could be wearing 6-inch heels. He still got another. I said he still has another 6 inches. He goes, I'm 6 foot, but it's just like, yeah, he's 6'2". But look at her face. Look.
But
Okay.
all right.
I'm
Thank you.
5'6" and a half.
yeah, yeah.
All right, let's go to our next
Yeah.
lady here. Your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Hi, I'm Tara. I'm 24 years old, and just initial attraction. You're very handsome and
Thank
like,
you.
yeah, really well groomed.
Thank you.
I think it was just, yeah, just initial attraction for me.
And now, is she
What's
someone that loves you?
Once
what's the
again,
shirt?
I think all of these women are gorgeous. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't think I didn't get to hear what they said. So just off of looking, I think they're beautiful. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, let's go on over here. Your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Renee, I'm 25. I popped my balloon because of basically the height. I think you're very handsome, and I love that you're giving back to your community
Thank you.
with working with the kids. But yeah, it was just the height.
Yeah. And how tall are you?
I'm
Excellent.
5'11".
You 5'11" and with heels right
I'm
now.
about 6 feet, 6'1".
And so now I'm looking you in your eyes. So
I
how
don't
old?
think so. I think you're a little
Yeah, she's taller than you.
She's wearing heels.
Now with the
Again, she's in
God.
heels.
Again, tell her to take her shoes off. I'd have told her, man, take your shoes off.
They're
And the
they're
wig.
they're at eye level. They're
The
at eye level.
wig is given height as well.
I would have told her to take her shoes off.
heels.
I'm not sure, but I think I'm about 6'1" right now.
So
Let me see. Those heels look about like 3 inches.
Yeah.
so that's like 6 what?
That's about 6'2".
And so where am I?
That's about 6'2", but she's taller than you right now. You're about an inch shorter than her. Okay, we'll give you 6'1".
I'm off one inch. I'm sorry, ladies. So I'm not short though, right? I'm
No,
not a
you're not short,
kid.
but you're just not
Thank you,
as
baby.
tall as I would like you to be.
So-
But you're very handsome.
There's like what's the 10% of people in this world is like 6 foot and taller. So she's like, I want people to understand, like for those that want a 6 foot man, that's about 10% of the world. The average, average height is like
I
5'9".
don't I don't understand the obsession. What is women's obsession with a guy's height? I never
Because
understood that.
it's more or less like I can give my theory if you don't mind, Chris. Let me give my theory.
I sure
It's one of
don't.
those things. Um, I think it's like as far as like I always looked at it as a protection thing. It's like someone that is 6 foot look like they could just protect somebody, and
Okay, I know. Okay, I know some folk who are 6 feet tall who are straight bitches.
yeah, I trust me. I noticed, which is why Mike Tyson is one of my favorite fighters because he's like 5'9", 5'10", knocking out 6 foot niggas. I tell people all the time. I was just like, because everybody,
I whoop tall niggas' asses all the time. Like, what?
yeah, I know. I know a lot of short dudes that whipped out taller dudes. Um, yeah, um, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know a lot of dudes that at under 5'5" and under that will knock out a nigga.
I don't.
Which is why I tell people all the time. Mike Tyson's
I'm
5'9".
5 foot. I'm 5'4", and I don't weigh but 150 pounds, nigga. Fuck you and your size difference.
Yeah. I don't trust me. I know it's just like, but this, like I said, this is why Mike Tyson is one of my favorite fighters. He's about 5'9", 5'10", and he was in a heavyweight division where most of the heavyweights was at least 6 foot in him, and he was knocking niggas out in seconds. I was like, but to women, it's just like height is attractive to them because it looks like they can dominate somebody. It's like sometimes they feel like someone that is shorter. I say you and like feel like you they probably won't dominate the niggas. But that's my theory though. Crystal, you what was you just about to say?
Okay, so I think, hold on. I think women just look for height to make people believe that their man can fight and protect them, when in actuality, they just want to be known to have the tallest dude because it represents the biggest dick. But majority of the time it's just to have bragging rights. So when they like, oh, his big, when girls give stories, not women, because when we have something that is very useful in the bed and blessed to have it, we don't fucking brag. So we're talking about little ass girls. They love to have the guy that's tall and all this stuff, but most tall dudes, no offense to anybody that's tall, don't know how to use their tool. That's why we have a lot of women that don't even know what a fucking climax is. And statistically speaking,
Ow.
just
He's
saying,
right though.
statistically speaking, that's not even a real truth. A tall guy does not mean that he has a long dick. But because little girls like to brag about something that they can't even fucking work when it's time to work it, we're not gonna go there. But yeah, let's talk about his inch. Because they're looking at the wrong type of inch. Just saying.
And I've seen a few women on social media talking about if you need them wall stroke, start talking to shorter men.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there you go. But there you go. It's funny because like also, and I want to say this because the attractiveness. Um, I get it. I tell people I get it, but at the same time, it's also a stupid thing based on attractiveness because a lot of dudes, it's not meant to be like super attractive, but it's more or less like we based our values on what we can bring to the table, and I feel like what he's bringing is very valuable to, especially to people that need it, especially like kids that didn't grow up to be fathers. It's like,
Yeah,
but
but go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Sorry, I cut you off.
Uh, I was saying, but again, this the reason why, and I wanted to bring this out because it shows the shallowness. Like they instantly popped, and then like as soon as he started talking, it was like, oh wow, he has all these good traits. And then the worst part is when they go and talk to these women, they go, you're very attractive, but it's not the initial attraction. I was like, then what are you looking for? Because it's just like it's. But it also shows me that a lot of these women don't know what they want because you can say he's handsome. And look, I understand that this woman I think that was cute that I'm not physically attracted to, but it's like no, you're cute, but it's just not you don't do nothing for me. But at the same time, it's just like you,
Yeah,
what do you?
it's one of those you eyed, I guess, kind of things.
No, it's one. No, it's just because then it gets to a point of what do you want? Because sometimes what they ask for is in their face, and then even if it's in their face, they're like, "I don't want it." So then it
They
gets to a
don't
point.
they don't like the packaging. Everything they need, but they just don't like the packaging. Put it like
You,
that.
you, you look, man. If you don't like the way your house looks, you can feng shui it. You can always, and which women do anyway. It's just like if they don't like something, they'll tweak it. It was just like, oh, you look, especially like, oh, I think you look cute in this. You want to try this, and then, and us, man, we'd be like, okay, all right, whatever. But yeah, let's see some of the other why they distant.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I was just making sure I'm not a liar. Though. You feel me? You feel me? Thank you.
All right, let's go to our next lady. Your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Oh,
My
I
name
dare
is
you to say something about his height.
I popped my balloon because you kind of look like my cousin. I'm
I
so
get it.
sorry.
I don't want to date my cousin either.
No.
You feel
But
me?
you
I
look
was
good.
say, I dare you to say something about his height. You stupid.
Thank you so much.
okay. Yes. All right, your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
My name is Tiffany and I'm 26. And I initially popped it because of the outfit. But now that I get close to you and I heard what you say, I want my balloon back.
I told you it was the shirt. See, there it
Look,
is.
I
I
can
told
only
you it was the shirt. I
I
told
love
you it
I,
was the
I
shirt.
love fashion. We can go shopping.
And I actually have more fits in my book bag back there. You feel me? Like,
Get that balloon.
yeah. Oh my,
Buddy.
I told you it was the shirt. That goddamn small ass shirt. What did I tell you? It's the shirt.
She heard. I want to honestly. I wonder because I didn't see the rest of this. I want to know how many want their balloon back because I seen the part where everybody popped, and I was curious like if anybody wanted his balloon back after you said what they did. So
she asked for it. I'll hand it to you.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll be
I
back.
like spoiling my lady.
We'll be back.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go on to these next ones. Your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Hi, my name is Kamina. I'm 27, and I popped my balloon because, like she said, because I'm Haitian, and you look a lot like my relative.
Okay. Cool. Your relative's beautiful then.
Yeah, you are very handsome, though. You're very handsome and well groomed, like she said. I agree.
So are you. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too.
Okay, thank you. Let's go over here. Your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
My name's Carrington. I'm 26. I popped because of the outfit. I mean, you are
Another
extremely
hit for the outfit.
Yeah, honestly, like I'm so sorry. The outfit threw me, but I don't know. It's
Can you help me out? What's wrong with the
like
outfit?
the combination. Nothing's wrong with the combination.
I'm
I
colorblind,
don't like how it fits.
I'm colorblind. So like,
Oh, you
It's
match,
the
baby,
shirt.
though.
I'm telling you, it's the shirt.
So
Yeah.
That's the fit.
it's just how it fits kind of
Okay.
throws me. Like your body's great, your
Got you.
face is great, teeth,
Got you.
everything is
Got you.
eaten.
It's
But
just the
I
outfit.
didn't. Like something about it is not.
What, it's
It's
too
just-
tight, it's too short. What is
It's
too tight.
probably too tight
Okay.
because
All right.
the way
do
that
work
you,
out. You feel me? I
like,
do.
and we can
And
tell
then
it.
look why she went for the chest. It's the shirt.
It's to show off his. I'm telling you, it's to show off his muscles. He's
It's
trying
the
to show.
shirt.
No, he's trying to show you got.
They're not feeling the shirt. They're not feeling the shirt. I'm telling you, it's the shirt.
It probably is the shirt. It's a tight ass muscle shirt. But you know, I told you all the tight ass muscle niggas I know that work out. They got tight ass shirts. I remember when I was fresh out of boot camp and I dropped that pounds and I had me a little pectorals and all that other stuff. I wore tight ass polo shirts. I was looking like Jamie Foxx out there.
Even when I was like at like my peak physically, no, I didn't feel the need to show off.
Shit, I was like Eddie Murphy and the Nutty Professor. Spandex. Oh, spandex.
But then again, nah, I'm not gonna go there.
No, I didn't wear spandex, but I was like, okay, like since I lost weight, and then like some of the clothes that I got from back home, it wasn't fitting me because I lost weight. I said, oh yeah, I need to upgrade. I had to buy new clothes anyway because it was just like most of the stuff wasn't fitting me, so I had to get in it. So like I just like experimented, and I said, and this is when like polos was real popular because of Young Drill and shit. So
yeah,
so I had me some like good ass polo sets and some shit like that.
but see me. While appearance wise, I didn't really show off. I once I realized, holy shit, I'm a lot stronger than what I was when I started. Yeah.
Okay. So all right, let's keep going.
Shown in
Yeah.
anything, honestly.
Got you.
And I love everything that you said.
Got
So
you.
you
I gotta
are.
cancel my friends. They told me to wear this.
Yeah, they set you up, but
Yeah, they set me up crazy.
I would get my balloon back, but
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it. First impressions, everything. I'm actually a professor and I teach that. So I teach
look,
first
this
impressions.
the icing on the fucking cake.
Yeah. So
Get your balloon back. You know you want your balloon back.
I get it.
All right, thank you. Let's go on over here. Your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
I'm Kay. I'm 27. It was just a fit thing. Like, yeah, for sure. The pants are definitely too tight.
Way too tight, right?
But you're not unattractive though.
Gotcha,
Yeah,
thank you,
you're.
thank you.
Yeah.
My grandma
But
told me
that's
the
definitely
creases.
what
You
it
feel me?
was.
I put the creases.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
old
That see, that
school,
was
man.
back in the gal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But I treat my lady old school.
For sure.
You know,
For sure. I
so
respect
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's go here. Your name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
My name is Christina. I'm 24. I popped because I didn't feel like a spark and
Mhm.
because of the fit as well. But
You just met the nigga. That's another one I
What?
hate too.
What
It's
spark
like I
are you
didn't-
supposed to feel upon seeing someone for the first time? That love at first sight shit don't exist.
I don't want to say it don't exist, but there's some women that I feel like I done stopped in my tracks. But I feel like the sparks really come when you really get to know somebody, and that's probably where I'm like, when she said I didn't feel a spark, I was like, you don't know the brother. It's like, and then it's like, but like I'm pretty sure she's gonna say just like everybody else, I love what I heard back there and all that other stuff. So
I really like your personality.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Right there.
And our last lady here. Name and age and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Hello, I'm
And she popped her balloon last.
Yeah, 29.
Okay.
I don't see anything wrong with your fit, and I also love the shoes, love the creases. I'm old school as well.
Thank you.
Was really close to with my grandmother, so I understand.
I'm
You
a
also
grandma's
work out.
baby. I'm a
Yeah,
grandma's baby.
so am
That's like
I.
my mama.
She's on my screensaver.
Yeah.
Yes. I think you look great. Just initially, I wasn't initially attracted. I didn't want to immediately pop. I wanted you to have the platform to be able to speak and give a little background about yourself. It's just a small group of women. Your woman might not be here, but there's plenty of millions of women watching. But she might be here.
For sure.
So
For sure.
I'm rooting for you.
For sure. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so
Let's
much.
head on back to our lady over here. All right. Any questions between the two of you? Feel free.
Do you have any kids?
No kids. No
I have a
kids.
kid.
Okay, cool. And how old?
2.
Okay, awesome. What's the situation with your
Me and my son's father do week to week. We have good co-parenting relationship.
That's awesome. And why did that end?
It ended because I was in a relationship with him for 6 years and he didn't marry me.
Got you. So it was a boundary.
Yeah, I had to go. And I was with him from 19 till 7-8 months ago.
Got you. So childhood.
Yeah.
Got you. Cool. I have a question. If you don't mind. Yeah. What's your favorite genre of music and the artist?
I love R&B. My favorite artist is Michael Jackson. So you don't have
Where do you live?
I'm on tour right now on PBS for TB Adventure. So I'm traveling to different cities and just educating kids right now.
So you love kids, you just don't have any.
What do you say?
You love kids, you just don't have
I don't
kids.
have it. I'm 29, so I didn't get to having kids yet.
Do you want kids?
I do want kids. I mean, I would love to see my kids see TB on the screen, which is me.
Oh.
That's like, I'm a superhero at that point, That's dope.
I want more kids. I just want to be married first.
That's fine with me.
Okay.
That's fine with me.
All right. Well, then, is it going to be a yes for you for him?
Yes.
And is it a yes for you for her?
For sure.
We got him!
Okay. All right. They match. Thoughts? Thoughts?
I think that he's setting himself up for failure.
Yeah,
The reason why I'm saying this is because, again, and I know I sound like a fucking hater when it comes to women. Sometimes it's just I see the fuckery and I can't keep my mouth shut. Don't y'all notice how in the beginning, the reason why they popped they fucking balloons was because of the fucking height? Did y'all notice that it changed up when a bitch got her balloon back?
Yeah.
Then you see one's like, oh, I didn't choose you because like the other girl, you look like my family member. All of these bitches are stubborn. They don't want to say that they made a mistake. They will copy the next bitch that they feel like they're in competition. Did y'all notice that?
Yeah.
Okay, how many dark-skinned girls are there in the group?
It was about at least 3 or 4.
3 or 4. Didn't you notice
I
how
saw like
one
3.
3? Did you notice that one followed exactly what the other one said? That's her
Yeah,
competition.
I caught
The
that.
first 3 that we saw in the line, the first 4, copied exactly what the fucking first one said. Then one wanted her balloon. That's when the other ones that felt like, okay, my ego is not going to take fully over, so let me copy the same. He should have went with the girl talking about, oh, let's go shopping. Obviously, she's, a money hag, but at least she had enough poise to say, let me get my balloon back, even though nobody else fucking said it. So I don't see her as a copier. I see her as, okay, well, I made my mistake. Let me correct it. Versus the other chick that he picked. She was more excited about being in competition with the other chick than she was to really be with the guy. Go with the one that's actually going against everybody else.
Oh yeah, homegirl was like, I'm not gonna miss my blessing. She was like, I'm not gonna miss. But also, this also proves my point. It's just like there's a lot of shallowness in this dating pool, and it's just like, okay, and then everybody popping because of his outfit and all that other stuff, which, in my opinion, is totally changeable. A lot of people said height, which is just like the nigga's 6'1", 6'2". It's just like I said, so we just dismissing 6'2" niggas now? It's like 6'2" niggas is short king, but Crystal said, one girl she was like, shit. I'm not fumbling this bag. I didn't just admit that shit. I was wrong about it. They said, let me get my balloon back. And then like look at that, they matched. It's just like don't miss out on your blessings. Is it and this shows out to people maybe they're not and maybe this could be a lesson for a lot of people. Someone may not be initially what you want at first, but sometimes when you get to know a person a little bit better, you be like, yo, this person is really cool, really chill, or some shit like that. Maybe I should get rid of all my superficial, shallow needs, and then you might end up meeting a great guy, just like the one that got a balloon bag. Now, she's the one with the match, and everybody else is just single there and just stuck in their own ways. So, which one would you rather be? So, um, any last words before we move on to our final thoughts?
Yeah, just a little anatomy lesson for girls that love the tall dude. Not that it's anything wrong with a tall, handsome guy, but if you're really adamant, if you're the type of chick to be really fucking adamant about, oh, I need a tall nigga, I need a tall guy. Okay. Well, anatomy says that the taller somebody is, the longer it takes for their blood to reach their heart. So who the fuck do you think's gonna die first? I'm just keeping it motherfucking real. Okay? Taller people have a harder time breathing and getting blood back to their body the older they get. So if you're willing to deal with the guy that's tall and you're like, oh, I can't marry unless this guy is so tall, and that's top priority on your list, I need you to set up, you know, a fund for the funeral, install that shit, because if that's all you're fucking looking for, anatomy wise, you're not doing yourself justice. Just keeping it real.
But and just so you know, she's not kidding. Andre the Giant died at a very young age, if I'm correct, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and he also had like heart problems or something like that. So it's yeah. And I've heard this too. A lot of tall people they don't really last long because of the blood pressures and all that other stuff. So
Oxygen takes time to travel to the organs. It's serious.
yeah, it, and there you have it.
Not to mention when they fall, it's a longer way down.
You know what, Zena? I'm done.
What?
I cannot with you.
He's right, but that's just one of those.
I'm just saying, I'm least likely to have a concussion when I fall. Your head got to come down from 6 feet in the air to the ground, bro. Think about that. Compared to my 5'4" inches. Think about that.
Every time we knock a tall nigga out, you like timber. But, more of the story is you're like fuck with people that fuck with you. That's well,
amen.
Yeah. All right. Now we're gonna get into our final thoughts, and we're gonna start with Dion.
Final thought. Final thought. No, nothing in that.
All right. All right. Crystal, do you have any final thoughts?
I do, and it's gonna be a bit harsh, but it needs to be said because they took Malcolm X out of the fucking classrooms. um, if we're really looking for change and we're tired of, you know, our sons and daughters being martyrs, we need to start making sure that our children are in the spaces that diversity needs to be had. We need to start making sure that our children is not trying to be content creators because their next door neighbor is making millions and they're not really passionate about being a content creator. Um, We just need to be more in parts of the community in places that diversity needs to be there because it's crucial. It's crucial to the future of our children and not just the black community but other cultures as well because when ignorance is far and wide in areas that we can easily penetrate or get to educate people on different cultures instead of putting it in a classroom because classroom and real world uh one-on-one learning someone's culture is day and fucking night. What they put in those books, god forbid, they come from China. Let's be real. Half of that shit is just through statistics. That's not even a realistic assumption unless you're one-on-one with the person for a whole 40 plus years. So realistically, we really need to be in communities like Pennsylvania and Gettysburg and things of that nature and stop being scared to set up shop. just putting that out there. That's my
That's your
final
final.
thought. Sorry.
It's all right. You've been gone for a minute. Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm ecstatic to have you back.
I'm glad to be back. Mhm.
And my final thoughts is make sure y'all get your eyes checked. I just like last week I haven't had an eye exam like since 2020, and I had to go get new glasses, and then I had to wait a week for them to get ready to pick them up. So today I pick them up today. It's funny because I was still wearing my old glasses, and I took them off, and like let's just say like I went from seeing in 480p to seeing in 4K.
No. No.
So,
Man, look,
so your eyes work better now.
my eyes. I got brand new glasses, and look, if it's, and this is honestly, and this is my fault. Stop because brothers, we got this thing where we hold on to some things that we just need to let go. And for me, it was these glasses for some reason. I didn't feel, and yeah, it's like for some reason didn't really. It took me too long to go to a damn optometrist to go fucking get my shit done, and then when I finally did it, I'm seeing in HD. It's just I didn't listen. But the sad part is I knew I needed new glasses because there's no reason I'm having glasses and I'm squinting, and it's like okay, this is like I can see, but obviously I need to update my prescription. I'm looking around and I'm going around and it's just like I'm seeing down the streets and I'm seeing what's happening down the streets and I ain't got to squint and I ain't got to. It's just all clear now. So it's just and I know like as black men we do this not just with our eyes but we do this with our health too. Where sometimes we feel like we're fine and like we want to sometimes we want to push and persevere and all that other stuff. And I realized this, like, especially with the older gentlemen, because I noticed this is like why a lot of black men didn't go to doctors at first. And then I realized is that if they are the sole providers, if they miss a day of work, that's basically a whole day's pay that, puts them behind and some shit like that. So like sometimes they couldn't afford to miss a day, especially if you work from paycheck to paycheck. So, which is why I feel like a lot of them die from stress and all that other stuff. So, brothers, um, is sometimes you do got to get yourself checked up. Make sure you're in good health. Make sure your mental straight. Make sure make sure your mental straight. Make sure your physical straight, and make sure you have things to pass down from generations to generations. Because sometimes as black men, even though we work all our lives, we die with nothing to pass down from. And I want to make sure, at least as black men in the future, if we're working for something, we at least have something to pass down. there's no reason that us as Black people we work damn near all our lives and have nothing to pass down to our future generations except debt. And I don't want to pass down debt to our fucking child. So, with that being said, Black men, and this is including myself, get your health together, get your mental health together, and try to live and enjoy life as much as you can. And that's some of my final thoughts. Thank you, Kristen.
You're welcome.
But that's it for the podcast. I would like to thank the panel for jumping on as usual. I would like to thank all y'all for listening to hear us talk our shit again. This is Let Me Just Say podcast, and we are signing out. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.